Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the continuing drama throughout the Ninjago community regarding what exactly Ninjago Seabound is in terms of an actual season. Is Ninjago Seabound Season 14 or Season 15? We are once again on that debate. Of course, this argument was pretty much dead in the Ninjago community for a while now. It's been a couple of months since we last talked about this, but LEGO recently themselves unintentionally kickstarted the drama again, revived it from its shallow grave, and now we get to talk about it again. Terrific. So what's the new update? What exactly did LEGO do that kickstarted this discussion again throughout the Ninjago community? Well, recently the official LEGO YouTube channel has seemingly uploaded a whole bunch of newer Ninjago episodes. In the United States, we now have episodes on LEGO's official channel from both the island and Seabound. These episodes have been finally made available to United States residents after being previously region locked in certain countries, including the United States. Only recently did we just get access to these official HD renders of episodes from the island and Seabound. That was pretty nice of LEGO to do, I will say. We also know that we in the United States are going to be getting these episodes on Netflix pretty soon, so Ninjago fans living in the US finally are getting official releases for both the island and Seabound. But that's not the discussion in today's video. Following a whole bunch of official updates on LEGO's official YouTube channel, they recently made a special playlist for Ninjago Seabound, and this is where the discussion comes into play because they labeled the playlist as Ninjago Season 14, and thus the debates began again. I thought we were done with this discussion, but here we go again, folks. Let's talk about whether or not Seabound is officially Season 14 now, or if it's still okay to call it Season 15, like myself and many other people have been doing for months now. So after Ninjago Seabound was listed as Season 14 on LEGO's official YouTube channel, a lot of Ninjago fans collectively assumed that this long debated topic had finally been put to rest, with LEGO themselves seemingly confirming Ninjago Seabound to be Season 14. I'm here to tell you that it's still okay to call it Season 15, and here's why. So for one, LEGO also calls Seabound Season 3, along with the island. The island and Seabound are oftentimes lumped together into one singular season by LEGO themselves, and that season is referred to as Season 3, officially referring to the third season in the Wild Brain era of Ninjago. Season 1 was all of Season 11, Season 2 was both Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain. They were lumped together into one specific season for some reason, and Season 3 is apparently the island and Seabound. So I don't think it's particularly safe to follow what LEGO says in this situation, because LEGO themselves is wildly inconsistent when it comes to naming these seasons and actually giving them a numbered title. It's just a big mess, and nobody really knows what they're talking about, it seems. In terms of why I think it's okay to still call Ninjago Seabound Season 15 despite LEGO actually putting Season 14 as the title of this Seabound themed playlist, well, to me, Seabound has been Season 15 for as long as I can remember, because Season 14, to me at least, is the island, and that in and of itself is quite a large debate. The island was made up of 4 individual episodes, and despite being one of the shortest seasons on record in terms of runtime, 4 episodes is still 4 episodes. You know what else had 4 episodes but is still commonly listed as a Ninjago season? March of the Oni. March of the Oni is a very short Ninjago season as well, with only 4 episodes under its belt. The big difference between March of the Oni and the island is that March of the Oni's episodes are exactly 22 minutes in length, while the island's episodes are exactly half of that, with 11 minutes per episode. Because of this, a wide range of Ninjago fans oftentimes refer to the island as a special, because it's the exact same runtime as something like Day of the Departed, which is also a special. We'll get more into that later on. But the island episodes still had their own individual intros, episode titles. It felt like an actual season, much like March of the Oni. Ninjago has shown that shorter seasons can indeed exist among the longer ones, with March of the Oni only being 4 episodes despite being called Season 10 by pretty much everybody under the sun. Why can't the island get the same treatment, despite also being 4 episodes in length, having their own individual intros and episode titles? Why is that so different than March of the Oni? As mentioned, LEGO lumps the island and Seabound into one category as its own season, but the seasons are different enough to separate them on their own, in my opinion. The island and Seabound are very much a Part 1 and Part 2 story, but they are still separate entities, much like how Season 8 and Season 9 were basically following the same story, but they were still distinct individual seasons, if that makes sense. Season 8 and Season 9 were separate, so I feel like Season 14 and Season 15 should also be treated as being separate individual seasons. I have seen a couple of arguments as of late discussing why exactly the island cannot be labeled as a season, and I will go over those right now. One of the most common arguments that I've seen about the island not being a season is that the pilots are are not treated as being a season, despite having 2 episodes or maybe even 4 episodes, depending on where you live. Wherever you live, you may have seen the pilots be introduced as 4 individual episodes, each with 11 minutes in runtime, very similar to The Island, but the pilots are not considered to be Season 1. Season 1 is officially Rise of the Snakes, so why do you consider The Island to be a season but not the pilots? Well, to me, the pilots are exactly what they sound like. They are pilots, TV show pilots. TV shows often have one individual episode or entity called a pilot before they actually get a full-on series. The pilot is essentially treated as a way to test things, make sure that this concept has the potential to be a show, and that's why the pilot episodes are referred to as pilot episodes. Those episodes do not make up their own season and are basically an introduction to the Ninjago world. The Ninjago TV series did not officially start until Season 1 with Rise of the Snakes. That's why the pilots are not considered to be a season. The pilots are exactly what they are, just TV pilots. So I don't think the pilots and The Island can even be comparable in that way. Are they both the same runtime? Yeah, technically, but one is a season to me and one isn't, simply because one is a TV pilot while the other is a continuation of the TV series that came from that pilot. Another argument that I've seen is Day of the Departed. Do I consider Day of the Departed to be a season because I consider The Island to be a season? Well, not exactly, and here's why. Day of the Departed, despite being the exact same runtime as The Island, when you put all of it together, Day of the Departed is a special, not a season. Day of the Departed is presented as one individual 44-minute chunk of Ninjago content. That in and of itself makes it a special by definition. The Island is split into 4 individual episodes, hence making The Island a season in my opinion. Despite both of these Ninjago entities being the exact same runtime, I feel like Day of the Departed is by definition more of a special than a season, and it's especially not a season when you compare it to The Island, which in and of itself is 4 individual episodes. And that's basically why I consider The Island to be a season as opposed to a special like so many other Ninjago fans claim it to be. After all of this rambling and complaining, does this actually matter? No, not really. Many Ninjago staff members in the past have said that The Island is not at all a season, but at the same time, many other Ninjago staff members simply say it doesn't matter, and they don't care what Ninjago fans call it. So in general, Ninjago staff and LEGO themselves don't really know for sure what exactly The Island is. Are they one season altogether? Is Seabound season 14? Is The Island a season or a special? Who really cares? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If anything, we should probably refer to the seasons by their designated names at this point because the official count is entirely off for many people. Nobody really seems to know what exactly the count is right now in terms of how many seasons Ninjago has, so I will say it once again. Who cares? I mean, just call Seabound whatever you want to call it. Season 14, Season 15, doesn't matter to me. I'm probably going to be referring to Seabound as Season 15 throughout the majority of my channel's life, because I feel like that's what the majority of my audience knows it as, and as such, the next season will be Season 16, then Season 17, so on and so forth. To me, that just makes the most amount of sense with how I make my videos and what the general consensus of my audience is right now. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for checking out today's video. I apologize if this video was kind of long and rambly. Just wanted to talk about this drama a little bit because LEGO seemingly revived it by claiming that Seabound is once again Season 14. What do you guys think Ninjago Seabound should be, and do you consider The Island to be a season at all? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.